Okay, so Jedediah from Washington sent me a message saying, hey, do you do seasonal contracts or per push contracts? Please, guys, don't send me messages. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll eventually get to some of the questions and I'll probably do a video on it. But anyways, he asked if I do seasonal or per push agreements. All of my stuff, I'm gonna have to sit down with this, so I'm actually walking over to our outdoor sea can shelter here that we made in the summer. But all of our agreements are a per push or a per salting agreement. We don't include salting with our plowing. So with that being said, hopefully it's not too echoey in here. Oh, I'll sit down. With that being said, yeah, I don't advise anyone to include salting in with their plowing ever. So what's the difference between the two? Seasonal, I mean, there's so many ways to do this, guys. I don't even know if I can really touch base on everything. So the way that I do it is that I only get paid for services that I do, which means our agreements are that if it's 2 inches or higher, we will plow. If it is 0 degrees Celsius or colder, I will salt. So there has been months where we have not even serviced and therefore our clients have not gotten a bill whatsoever, which kind of sucks because we've got hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment sitting on standby. So is that fair to us? Not really, no. But I have found over the several years of doing this that it works out to be okay. There are some people that do seasonal. Seasonal essentially is it's X amount of dollars per month. Sometimes it goes for a year, even though you're only servicing for 6 months out of the year. And sometimes it goes for only 6 months where the bills are sent out for, but they're seasonal, they're set. So therefore, if you go out and plow them 5 times in a month and salt them 10 times in a month, you're only charging them for X amount of dollars. And then the next month comes around and you don't even service them at all. Then the bill is the same as the previous month, despite that the services are different. So the way that it works out is that with the law of averages of that one is that if you do it long enough, and I don't mean for one season, I mean years, it will average out to be okay. A lot of people say the best way is to have a hybrid of both. So, 40% of your agreements are a set seasonal agreement price, and 60% is a per service charge. I still don't like that. I just don't like, in all honesty, I just don't like charging for something that we didn't do. But I do understand the benefits of both types. But then you can get into the next thing that some people have is that it's a seasonal up to a certain amount. So you will pay the same price no matter what, up to 10 plows in that month and 20 saltings, just for numbers. That really isn't relevant to the area that we service, but I'm just saying an example. So in the event that you go over 10 plows, now it is X amount of dollars for the additional 11th plow or the 12th plow or the 13th plow. Same thing with salting. There is also some people that keep a retainer, a monthly retainer, whereas it doesn't matter at the beginning of the month, you're going to pay X amount of dollars again, and that covers up to, I don't know, 3 or 4 pushes, but anything after that is a per service event. That structure is more of a per service charge because usually you will go over whatever the minimum retainer fee is per month. But that way, if you have a 0 month or a 1 or 2 month, you're actually getting more money, and it's paying for your trucks and equipment being on standby. So I understand the benefits of these, and there's probably other ones in all honesty, but those are the most common ones. So you've got a per push or per salting way, and that's what we do. You've got a seasonal. We don't do any of seasonal. You got a hybrid, which is a mixture of seasonal and per service. And then you also have seasonal where there is a cap, and anything over that is extra charge. You also have a retainer, which means it's a minimum, and anything over that is an extra charge. So That's pretty much that's it. I mean, I talked for 4 minutes about different types of agreements and what you can do, and you can totally mix match all of that, and you can have 2 sites of this, 2 sites of this, 2 sites of this, and 2 sites of this, with different agreements for each one. Therefore, as the time goes on, you're going to kind of see which ones you might like or which ones you might not like. What I don't recommend is that if you are going to play with different types of ways to collect payment or charge, I don't recommend having different sites with different triggers. If you're going to go zero tolerance, try and do zero tolerance with all your sites. Now that's going to be hard. You're probably only going to be going after medical sites and stuff like that, or seniors homes. But if you're going to do a 2-inch trigger, stick to 2-inch trigger everywhere. Don't do a 1-inch trigger for some people and then a 4-inch trigger for other people, which is absolutely stupid. Stick to a 2-inch trigger. With salting, if you're going to do salting at freezing, which is 0 Celsius for us, then stick to 0 Celsius for all your clients. Therefore, when you're sending out your salting trucks, it's salting everyone. There isn't one guy that's at a +1 or 5 guys that are when I say guys, I mean sites, at a +1. That then the next day you all of a sudden have to send the truck out because well, I guess if it was +1, that doesn't make sense. Let's change that away. If it was +1, you would salt 5 sites, and then the next day it drops down to 0, and you're now salting those other sites, but those other 5 sites were already done. It just creates a logistics nightmare. Try and keep your trigger points to the same so that if you're salting them all. If you're plowing them all. There's no questions. I really dislike on-call. I did it for probably the first year, and I never did it again. I think it is an absolute waste of time. If you are going to do on-call of any kind, you still need to have agreements signed with you know, a lot of the stuff that I mentioned in the other agreement video. But you're still at high risk, and you should get a payment when your truck is en route. So once you finish a site and you're on to your next site, you call that customer and say, hey, I'm on my way. I need to collect payment of whatever the heck you are saying it is. I mean, I hear people saying that they plow sites. I don't drop my plow for anything less than $150. You drop your plow for $150? That's stupid. Maybe that's just me, but I would not ever collect payment for anyone on call after it's done. I would get it before I even show up. If you want me to come there, then you're paying this. Now I'm en route after I've received payment, and when it's done, it's done. But again, liability purposes and just logistics for on call, I just don't recommend it. But I'm starting to talk about other stuff. I just went over for the last 7 minutes different types of contracts and different types of agreements. There is no right or wrong way that you choose to do it. It is just what you are comfortable with and what you want to do. I'd like to hear what you guys do down below, so click down there. Tell me if you do seasonal. Tell me if you do a per push or per salting. Tell me if you do a hybrid. Tell me something that I didn't mention, because I definitely don't know it all, guys. I'm just trying to share, and probably the best thing that I did 3-4 years ago was start a Facebook group with snow removal companies, and it totally opened up the companies talking to each other and learning from each other in an industry that everyone was so tight-lipped, and I felt like when I was driving down the road in a plow truck, people were literally glaring at me. Now we wave, we pull over, say hi, we go out for coffee, we have beers together. It's something that it's probably the best thing that's ever happened, and I've had other snow removal companies in our area say the same thing. It's one of the best things that's happened in our areas. So do what you can to network. It's the most important thing that you can. I'm done rambling. There you go, Jedediah. Jedediah, did I say it right? I'm sorry. But there you go. Take care.